Tonight we're going to look at multiplying and dividing fractions, and I know you guys have experienced this before, but I want to give you a review in it before we get into why this all works tomorrow. So when multiplying and dividing fractions, there's a few things you need to know. One, you don't need a common denominator, so you could put no CD for common denominator. And also, you never really divide fractions. You're actually only always multiplying fractions. So let's look at how this works. So when I have just a regular multiplication problem with fractions, 1/3 times 3/8, the first thing that I'm always going to do is cross cancel. I'm going to reduce because then it makes the problem easier. So I look diagonally or I look vertically to see if there's anything that can go into both of those numbers. So I see this 3 and 3, and I know that 3 can go into 3 once, and 3 can go into 3 once. So now I'm just going to multiply straight across. So I do 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 times 8 is 8. All right, let's switch over to division. With division, remember, you're really doing a multiplication problem. So you keep your first fraction, so I'm just going to rewrite 1/3, change this to multiplication, and then you do the reciprocal of the other fraction, which means you flip it. So 3/8. And so now I'm going to do the same thing I did up here. So I'll go 3 goes into 3 once, and 3 goes into 3 once, and I get 1/8. If you look at these two problems, you can see 1/3 times 3/8 equals 1/8. But then if I'm dividing by its reciprocal, it's going to give me 1/8 too. All right, let's deal with some mixed numbers. So when I'm dealing with mixed numbers in multiplication or division, you always want to change them into improper fractions. Here's a reminder how to do that. You do 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So really I have 7/3 times, and then 3 times 7 is 21, plus 1 is 22. So I have 22/7. Now I'll go back to my original multiplication idea and go, okay, first I'm going to cross cancel. So I do 7 goes into 7 once, 7 goes into 7 once, and then I'm going to get 1 times 22 over 3 times 1. This is an improper fraction. In algebra, you kind of want to leave them as improper fractions, so what I'd like you to do is just leave it as an improper fraction right now. Let me just box my other guys. Okay, let's do the division. So first turn this into an improper fraction. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So I have 7/2. Change this to multiplication, and then do the reciprocal. So I have 4/1. Now I look at my multiplication problem. Diagonally, I can do 2 goes into 2 once, and 2 goes into 4 twice. 7 times 2 is 14. And 1 times 1 is 1. And this is a whole number because 14/1 is 14. So that's just a little review with multiplying and dividing fractions. Tomorrow we're going to dive into, well, why does this work? What is the theory behind it? Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.